Welcome to this explainer. Every single time you click a link, swipe on your phone, or type in a web address, there's this massive, rapid-fire conversation happening completely behind the scenes. It's wild to think about, really. But to keep all this from devolving into total digital anarchy, your browser and the server, they have to agree on a very strict set of verbs. So how do browsers and servers actually understand each other? Without some hardcore rules in place, this constant back-and-forth communication would be pure chaos. Think about it. If your browser didn't have a very specific way to say, hey, I need this image, versus I'm submitting a super secret password, the web simply wouldn't work. It'd be a total mess. The solution to that chaos? HTTP methods. You could literally think of these as the verbs of the web. They provide a shared set of rules dictating exactly what should happen. When your browser talks to a server, it uses one of these specific verbs to clearly say, give me this web page, save this user data, update that profile, or delete that message. They tell the server exactly what you want it to do. Okay, so here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll look at the verbs of the web generally, then dive into safe versus unsafe methods. After that, we'll meet the core methods, uncover 2 behind-the-scenes methods, and finally, wrap up with some real-life rules and common mistakes. Let's get right into it.
Part 1. The verbs of the web. Basically, any operation you do online boils down to getting, creating, updating, or deleting data.
But before we get to the specific verbs, let's talk about Part 2, safe versus unsafe methods. There's a golden rule that divides all of these verbs. We can divide every single HTTP method into 2 distinct camps. Think of a safe method kind of like reading a physical book. No matter how many times you read a page, the words on that page don't change, right? You aren't altering the server state at all. Unsafe methods, on the other hand, are like writing in a notebook with a pen. You are actively modifying, adding, or changing data on the server. Really keep this idea of state change in the back of your mind because it is absolutely crucial for understanding how the web works. All right, Part 3. It is time to meet the core methods. Let's decode this alphabet soup of the web. First up, we have get. It's pretty straightforward. It simply means, hey, show me this information. We use it to read data from the server without ever changing it. It is the ultimate safe method. You're purely just reading the book. Now, because get is completely safe, it kicks off this awesome chain reaction of benefits. Search engines can constantly crawl billions of links without breaking a website. Your browser can safely cache a copy of the page to load it faster next time. Plus, you can bookmark it, link it to a friend, and literally hammer that refresh button as much as you want without accidentally modifying any data on the server. Now let's contrast that directly with POST. POST essentially demands the server to create something new with this data. Because it actually triggers an action on the server side or submits data, POST is definitely considered unsafe. We have officially opened the notebook and started writing in ink. And I guarantee you use POST every single day. Think about submitting a login form, signing up for an account, placing an online order, or uploading a file. And here's the catch. Because it changes data, it's incredibly risky to retry. Imagine you hit Submit Order, the screen hangs for a second, and you impatiently click it again. Well, congratulations. You just sent a second POST request and accidentally bought yourself 2 identical, very expensive sofas instead of 1.
Next up, we have our update methods, put versus patch. The difference here, it's all about scale. Put is heavy-handed. It replaces an entire resource. So if you're updating a user profile and you only send your new email but leave your name out of the put request, poof, your name might literally get erased from the database. Patch, however, makes a surgical, partial update. You just send the specific field you want to change, like the new email address, and everything else stays perfectly intact. Naturally, both of these are unsafe because, well, they modify existing data.
The last of the core 5 is exactly what it sounds like. Delete. It simply tells the server, remove this. It removes a resource permanently. Whether it's wiping database records, deleting files, or severing relationships on the back end, delete obviously changes server data, definitely cementing it as a very unsafe method. Okay, moving right along to Part 4, 2 behind-the-scenes methods. These are the ones doing the quiet, invisible work in the background. These 2 unsung heroes are head and options. Head acts exactly like get, but it safely asks the server for only the metadata, not the actual content. This is absolutely perfect for your browser to, say, check a massive file size before actually committing to downloading the whole thing. Then there's options. This is basically your browser politely pre-checking with the server, asking, hey, what methods am I actually allowed to use on this URL? It discovers API capabilities safely without changing any data at all.
Let's wrap things up with Part 5, Real-Life Rules and Mistakes. Let's look at how browsers actually enforce these rules and where developers completely drop the ball.
When we lay out how browsers treat these methods, the patterns are pretty undeniable. Notice how GET is literally the only one you can bookmark, consistently cache, and completely safely retry. This strict reality is exactly why standard HTML forms only natively support GET and POST. Seriously, to use put, patch, or delete, developers usually have to step in and rely on custom JavaScript to make it happen.
And because developers have to wire some of this up manually, massive mistakes happen all the time. A classic developer nightmare? Using GET to delete something, like sending a GET request to a /delete user endpoint. If you use a safe GET request to trigger deletion, imagine a search engine crawling your site to index links. It will automatically follow that URL and accidentally nuke your entire database of user data. It's a disaster waiting to happen. You absolutely must use the actual delete method so browsers and bots immediately know to back off.
Here's another super common mistake: using POST just to fetch data. Developers sometimes do this because it kind of feels more secure to hide query parameters in the request body. But remember, POST is for creating. Using it just to read information totally breaks the browser's ability to cache the page, which unnecessarily slows down your website. The rule of thumb? Always use GET to read. So, pulling it all together, HTTP methods are the basic, literal language of the web. Each method has a very specific job and a highly expected browser behavior attached to it. When we actually respect those rules and treat these methods as the true verbs they are, building fast, predictable, and easy-to-use APIs becomes incredibly simple. So, I'll leave you with this. The next time you're online, right before you hit submit to buy that item sitting in your cart, or before you upload that photo, ask yourself, which invisible verb are you actually firing off into the web? Is it safe or is it unsafe? Once you understand that hidden language, it completely changes how you see the internet entirely. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.